Hello everyone, this is Faith. I'd like to go over some verses. And the people were amazed and said, "Is not this that son of David?" But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, "This man casteth the devils no otherwise through Beelzebub, the prince of devils." But Jesus knew their thoughts, and said to them, "Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to naught, and every house or city divided against itself shall not stand. So if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall his kingdom endure? Also, if I through Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges." And over in Mark, there's some similar things. But he called unto him, and he said in parables, "How can Satan drive out Satan?" And the reason I am now bringing this up is everybody in this community seems to have excuses for there not to be any unity at all, which is interesting. If Satan's kingdom can't stand, if there is disharmony in it, then why would God want to divide his own kingdom? Yes, Jesus came with a sword in order to divide people, but that doesn't mean he came with a sword to divide his own sheep. And his sheep need to reunite now. His sheep have been divided long enough, don't you think? Tell me, what sounds better to you? A community full of people who though they may disagree with one another on some things, can still come together on this one topic of reality changing, even if they don't always agree with one another? Or do you think it sounds more appealing to continue to continue on in division and blame the victims for the division that the leaders caused? Which one sounds better to everybody here? How far does everybody think that they are going to get if they remain in a divided house and insist that that division is a good thing because Jesus came with a sword to divide? When we all know that a divided house cannot stand, and that's the way that rolls. So, there are a couple of options for the community. We can remain divided and give the excuse that Jesus came with a sword. Meanwhile, in context, that verse is not actually about dividing the brethren, but instead it's about dividing families. Or we can recognize that a divided house cannot actually stand, and we can come together and unify in the way that we're supposed to. A divided house can't stand. It doesn't matter what the leaders are going to tell us. It doesn't matter that the leaders aren't for unity in this community. And none of that really matters because the leaders only have as much power as we all give them. Now, if we all unite in the community, instead of continuing on in this disharmony, we'll probably get a whole lot farther in everything that we are trying to accomplish and achieve. If we try to wake people up but are divided and hurt instead of helping each other out and trying to heal one another through love and kindness, as Chanel has always talked about, we simply will not get all that far. However, if we choose love, kindness, and unity, we'll probably get a whole lot farther as a community towards the goal of waking others up, and we'll probably also begin to heal as well, as love and kindness go a whole lot of the way towards actually healing one another. As we all know, Scripture says to encourage one another and build each other up, not discourage one another and tear each other down, which is what the community has been guilty of doing. Now, they have excuses for why that's alright, but it's not. And as I've stated before, our leaders only have as much power as we ourselves choose to give to them. So if our leaders divide the sheep, and divide the sheep, and divide the sheep, it's up to all of us to say something, and it's up to all of us to refuse to give in to all of that. The leaders can sit there and say it's the fault of the person that they have hurt, that there is division, but if they're the ones who caused the division, then it's actually, well, their own fault for doing so. And they should be responsible for that. They should be held accountable for that. We shouldn't just live in crippling fear of what these leaders say and do just because we're scared that they'll try to kick us out of the community. If they do try to kick us out of the community over calling them out, then they have revealed their true colors to the entire community at that point. As the ones who are actually divisive. Anyway. For now, I'm just gonna leave everybody with this. It would actually be better to unify in the community, even if everybody finds that to be tough. God doesn't call us to take the easy way out. He doesn't call us to take the easy road out here. We'll get a whole lot farther in everything if we unite, and we can't let any leader stop us from doing that. I will see everybody next time. Thank you for watching.